We all have a vision of an energy future that doesn't burn so much fossil fuel, but that is some way off, and we need a bridge to that future. And if we can find a way to deal with carbon, we already know how to deal with sulfur, nitrogen, and mercury, then we can use our coal and we can still be more independent in terms of our energy sources. Finding ways to deal with carbon capture, not just putting it in the ground, but algae solutions or other chemical solutions that might develop is essential, it seems to me, if we're serious about electrifying the fleet to any great extent. And then in terms of coal plants, we might as well bite the bullet and say on their 40th birthday, all the old dirty coal plants ought to have to meet the higher standards for clean air. But use them and helpfully show the rest of the world how to have a coal plant that doesn't pollute. Finally, I know many of you support the idea of tax credits. Senator Hatch has a bill like that has good support in the Senate. That's a little more intrusive, I would say, with tax credits. What we ought to try to do is make sure that we think of tax credits or direct government support for technology as something we should do for a limited period of time and not as a permanent subsidy. And then there's the question of the battery guarantees. We've had some discussion about that. Mr. Sandilow has talked about that in his book. It's an interesting idea as well. It's a little more complicated for the government to be involved. Now, there are a number of suggestions for plug-in electric vehicles, but my main message tonight is that this is a time when we ought to be working together.